Sorry, Twitch. Sorry we're late. It's my fault that we're late. My whole thing. Holy shit, camera. There we go. All right. Now you can see my ugly face. All right. That is on me. I was under the impression that my computer was fully charged. Apparently it was not. Apparently not using it for 4 days when it shut down kills the battery. I didn't know this. But we are live on Twitch. What's up, boys? How we doing? Live from somewhere in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Live from Columbus, Ohio, in a small town you've never heard of in your entire life in Northern Virginia. We are locked in today, boys. We have a good amount to go.
We would have fucking started on time, but,
Yes,
you know.
yeah, I know. We're not on time. Have we ever been on time before, Jason?
Yes.
Have we really? Recently we've been on time?
I don't know. Half the time I just decide not to get on.
That's great. All right, so how was y'all's weekend, though? Was it good? Was it all right?
Be better if we were starting on time, but
So us not starting on time.
Have much of the weekend.
You didn't have much of a
ruined my
weekend? Fair enough. Y'all are locked in for this weekend, right? You're going up to Columbus, Bobby, I thought, to watch UCLA play.
Unfortunately,
It's not going to
Yeah.
work because somebody has.
Ah,
I have work,
Baseball.
baseball, and basketball games.
dang.
I'd skip the basketball game personally, but that's just me.
Well, I don't.
Bruce could break the all-time scoring record at Ohio State for that game.
And that's a hot
He's a
squad.
bomb.
Yeah.
That's they did just beat
Pittsburgh.
Purdue.
They can't beat Pitt. They're not that good.
Fuck off, Ricky.
I'll grow up.
But for the people watching on Twitch, hello. We've got 3 YouTube segments tonight for you guys. And then whatever we kind of get in between here on this show. We're not going to talk about everything that we talk about here on Twitch and put it on YouTube. Like to reward the people that actually sit through this nonsense, have good conversations about shit that doesn't matter. We can talk about anything. Movies, new albums coming out. Bruno Mars just dropped his latest album finally. I haven't listened to it, but I heard good things about it.
He's coming to Columbus. He's going to play at the Shoe.
Yeah? Hell yeah. I mean,
ticket prices are out the fucking ass. So
I'm
I will
sure
not be
they are.
going, but
and Bobby, we got
that
Luke
way.
Combs dropping soon. I forget when
It's
that's
hard
coming.
to get at concerts anymore.
It really is.
He's
This shit's-
performing at the Shoe too.
Yes, he is. It's hard to see
Ticket
him because he
prices
doesn't
are
really.
actually reasonable.
Yeah.
His.
Yeah, his are actually reasonable.
Yeah, but I'm not going to a concert outside at the end of April in Ohio.
Ooh. Yeah, it's still cold up there.
Yeah, blast.
It'd be a little better than going to the Stadium Series, but it'd still be fucking cold.
Or it could be 75.
Yeah.
With
That all just
with
depends.
25-mile-an-hour winds because it's Ohio.
We had snow this morning.
We had snow today. Yeah, we got what, half an inch is sitting out there, an inch, half an inch. It's gonna be 70 by Saturday.
No, go stick your pee-pee in it. That's what I did. That's how I know it was 2 inches of snow.
Good job, buddy.
I
Oh
went up
man.
about a quarter of the way in my winter.
That completely missed us because we didn't get any.
Dang.
Lucky. I'm tired of the white shit on the ground.
Yep, it's supposed to be 70 over here by
Tomorrow
That's
it's
gonna be
gonna
warm.
60 something.
It's going to be warm here. It's just going to rain.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Let's see what we got. What we got weather-wise here. We got 48 tomorrow with more rain and mixture. Thursday's supposed to be 69. That's nice. Friday 70, Saturday 76. I'm going to be sweating my nuts off on Saturday. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Wait till it gets into the 90s. If you're gonna complain about the 70s.
Oh no, I'm not complaining. It's just we haven't had it
70s
yet.
all year.
Oh no, I would rather have it. Kidding me? I would. I'm trying to move to Florida, my guy. Like I want the
Fuck
warmth.
that, that's too hot.
I want the heat. Give it to me. I want it all. I want the heat. All right.
I'll give you something.
Uh-huh.
You can't take it all, I guarantee it.
Hilarious. Anyway, you ready to start college basketball, you clown?
Oh, am I first?
Do you want to be first?
I don't care.
It sounds like you do.
It just would have been nice to have been consulted about this.
If you had read the damn sheet I sent in the group chat.
We've been over this. I can't read.
You have to draw pictures.
And I suck at drawing, so we're kind of between a rock and a hard place right now.
Okay, we.
You are up first, Sunshine.
Chance isn't here.
I know Chance isn't here.
Where's Chance?
Out of town. I believe that's what he said, right?
Not a good enough excuse.
It's not because I did this podcast when I was at the beach.
That's true. Hammered at the beach, mind you.
Well, we did just drop Paul Skeens too right before that, so I had a reason to be hammered.
Yeah.
There's always a reason to be hammered.
Yeah.
You could
Wake
make up
up
a reason
for
for
the day.
that.
That's a good enough reason.
Yeah, all right. Let's.
Reward yourself for waking up.
Do you want to wait, Jason, and then Bobby and I will talk college baseball?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Well, you're up first, so
He's a
when
big boy.
so tell me when you're ready, and then I will start the YouTube portion of this show.
All right.
Why does my truck take so long to shift into fourth gear? Jesus Christ.
You on the NASCAR, bud?
Yeah, the new game's pretty sweet.
25 or the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
This is
been
the new
playing
one.
it. I've been playing. All right, let's get to basketball.
I didn't know you got it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm in the truck
I'll
series now
dust you if
too.
you race. I'll dust
Probably.
you.
Oh, I don't win very much. I suck at it. It's difficult.
I won a truck series championship.
Attaboy.
I'm in the
God,
Xfinity
he's
series
better than
now.
you, Billy.
Oh, well, duh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, F1, I'll wipe the floor.
Lord, Billy, that's not. We've been over this. Real race cars race on dirt.
That is true. Or they go 330 miles an hour in a straight line in 3 seconds and cause like mini earthquakes. It's great. It's awesome. All right.
Speaking of drag racing, I started watching Street Outlaws again. I fucking missed that show.
I do. I miss it too. They're bringing.
Billy would be into drag.
See, why we gotta go there? We gotta
Why
do that.
not?
It's because Chance isn't
I'm
here.
not gonna say it about Bobby. I like Bobby.
That's because Chance isn't here.
For second lead, now I can cruise these last 3 laps.
Look, I don't have my partner in crime. Leave me alone. I'm sad.
Yeah. 2 straight weeks you don't have him here. 2 straight weeks, no chance. That's tough.
It just means I gotta get Bobby going.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday, every single one of you out there. It is another edition of the Beers and Sports podcast. We're here to, this morning, talk some college basketball. I got my boy Jason. I got Bobby. And it's me, Will. We're here to go over kind of the weekly recap and the preview of what's coming up. We're close to tournament time. It is March now, y'all. It's upon us. It's coming. March. Start getting ready to fill out some brackets.
Hopefully Billy can do better than last year where he only got like 5 games right.
Last year was tough.
I filled out the important bracket today.
Yeah?
Your tax
World
bracket?
Baseball. No, the WBC bracket.
Yep, WBC bracket. Yep, we'll get there. But Jason, kind of take us through
Any taxes?
what we saw. Kind of want to go over some contenders or pretenders now that we kind of know who is probably going to be around the tournament. And then any surprise teams you think could make it in. But take us through it from last week and what we can expect from this week.
Well, we had a bunch of rankings again. We're kind of getting to that time where there's going to be a lot of upsets. I think the new AP poll came out today, so I haven't had a chance to look at it, but we definitely have some movement there. But Monday last week, number 14 Kansas took down number 5 Houston, and number 18 North Carolina took down number 24 Louisville. On Tuesday, UCF took down number 19 BYU. Missouri took down number 22 Tennessee, and Dayton took down number 23 St. Louis. On Wednesday, number 6 UConn, big home win by 32 over number 15 St. John's. And that was the only upset of the day there. Well, ranked loss. On Thursday, number 13 Michigan State on the road beat Purdue, who was number 8 at the time, 76-74. Bad week to be a Purdue fan. Friday, number 3 Michigan, big win on the road at number 10 Illinois. Saturday, number 1 Duke took down number 11 Virginia. Number 2 Arizona took down number 14 Kansas. Number 16 Texas Tech on the road took down number 4 Iowa State. Stay. Good. Number 7 Florida took down number 20 Arkansas. And again, a team that scares me and I think is a fraud, and I'll talk more about it. Number 9 Gonzaga lost on the road at St. Mary's. That was a scary game for them going in, but they dropped one that they needed to have, especially with the way the WCC is shaping up. Number 17 Alabama took down number 22 Tennessee. Bobby's least favorite team, the West Virginia Mountaineers, took down number 19 BYU. Clemson took down number 24 Louisville, and Kentucky took down number 25 Vanderbilt. On Sunday, big time upset in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State takes down number 8 Purdue. Again, a bad week to be a Purdue Boilermaker. 2 losses, but a big.
I need to know this for my bracket.
What?
I said, as Purdue frauds, I need to know these things for my bracket.
We'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
But the AP poll for this week, it is the new one. Okay. So.
I know that Duke's number 1 because my aunt tells me every week.
Yes, Duke number 1, Arizona number 2, Michigan number 3. And then in order after that, starting at number 4, UConn, Florida, Iowa State, Houston, Michigan State, Nebraska, Texas Tech, Illinois. Oh, that ball's fucking shit on. That boy, Mickey. Michigan State, Nebraska, Texas Tech, Illinois, Gonzaga, Virginia, Kansas, Purdue, Alabama, North Carolina, St. John's, Miami of Ohio, Arkansas, St. Mary's. Yeah, they're number 19.
That's awesome.
Well, they're 29-0.
Oh, shit. Put them at number 1.
St. John's at 18, Miami of Ohio 19, Arkansas, St. Mary's, Miami, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, St. Louis.
Yeah, St. John's got
the 2 teams
shit on
dropping out were BYU and Louisville. We'll take a quick look at some of the seating for bracketology. He hasn't updated it, so never mind. God damn it, Joe Lenardi.
Get it together, Bill.
We'll look ahead to this week. Tonight, 9 p.m., number 6, Iowa State at number 2, Arizona. Should be a really good Big 12 game. Come on, Adley. Don't fucking swing and miss. Tuesday, tough game for Nebraska, starting at 11 p.m. on the road at UCLA.
Jeez. 11 o'clock start time.
Well, they're in Cali.
Ugh.
Nothing good on Wednesday. Thursday, number 3, Michigan at Iowa. Iowa is always a tough place to play. Iowa is 20-9 this year, so definitely a team that could cause an upset. And then the other game is a crappy Big Ten game. 12-17 Rutgers at number 8 Michigan State. That's just going to be a blowout and a half. Friday, Miami of Ohio at the University of Ohio. Or Ohio University, sorry. Tough game for Miami on the road. We'll see if they can keep this thing going. I mean, they need one win to get to 30. So, we'll see.
Impressive.
It's very impressive.
Saturday, Louisville at number 22 Miami. And then also at the same time, number 22 Vanderbilt takes on, or 24 Vanderbilt takes on number 23 Tennessee at Rocky Top. Tough game for St. Louis. They go on the road to George Mason. George Mason is 22-7. Definitely a good shot to come out of the A10, but gonna have to get through a 26-3 St. Louis team. 6:30, the game that I really want to watch on Saturday, number 17 North Carolina at number 1 Duke. That's going to be one hell of a game. The rivalry is alive and well in this sport. We know how it gets. You're going to be at Cameron Indoor with the Cameron Crazies. If you're North Carolina, you got to stay composed. And then number 10, Texas Tech at BYU on Saturday. Sunday, not a whole lot, but we do have a big matchup at 5:30 on CBS. Number 8, Michigan State. At number 3, Michigan. Michigan State looking for a little revenge after Michigan beat them in East Lansing. So we'll see if they can get that revenge. We do have a few brackets set. A few conferences have their brackets set, but we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the teams that I think could be sneaky upset teams coming up. The first one I'm going to go to is in the American. 21-8 overall record, 13-3 in the American, the USF Bulls. I had a chance to watch them a little bit before going to the Ohio State-Purdue game, and they are a fast team. They get out, they score a ton of points. I feel like they're a team that can put a lot of pressure on one of these bigger teams and really make them have to work for a win or upset them. St. Louis, I've got to see a little bit more of. They played well. They're 26-3, but I feel like there have been some games against teams in the A10 that they should have won that they've kind of lost and blown. So we'll see. Another team to keep our eye on. I saw it earlier. Where is it? God damn it. Utah State, a team that I think if they get in the right situation and the right bracket, we could possibly see them in the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. They are currently 24-5 out in the Mountain West. Believe they have some pretty good wins on their resume as well. Let me look at their schedule. They have beaten VCU, who's usually a good team, Tulane, who's had a really good year, lost by 13 to USF. But other than that, I guess they don't have as good of wins as I thought they did. But still a team to kind of keep an eye on come tournament time. I feel like they're a team that could make a run at things. Right now, only looking at non-ranked teams. There's a couple of ranked teams that I think could go on a run. I think that's really it. I mean, if Kentucky finds a way in, don't be surprised to see them make a run. They're kind of a team that we usually think about when that happens. So we shall see there. They got to get in first. And then I want to point it out because we love to talk about the armed services on this show, but the Navy midshipmen are currently 25-6 and have a 17-1 record in the Patriot League. They are currently one of 3 teams in their conference to have a winning record. Colgate and American University being the other 2. But good for Navy. They have won 13 straight games.
Right? It's insane.
25-6 is a great record to have, especially when you get closer to tournament time.
The armed services being a squad in football and now in basketball, and I don't know if they're doing well yet, Bobby. I kind of haven't seen them play yet, but to see them doing well in multiple sports is good. We like to see that.
Air Force usually has a halfway decent baseball team too.
Two other teams, I'm looking at bigger conferences now, but out of the Big Ten, I mean, you always got to look at a Big Ten team to make a run at things that isn't necessarily ranked or in that top 5. Bobby, I don't know how much you've had a chance to watch the Big Ten this year. I know you're kind of an ACC country, but you do have Penn State. You're not that far from Ohio, so I'm sure you get a little bit of the Big Ten country. But 2 teams to watch are Iowa and I know this is a little biased, but I'll explain it. Ohio State. If they can get in. Yeah.
Tom Izzo. Never count them out.
Well, I'm not talking about ranked teams yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We will get there. But when you get to the tournament, the biggest factor in the tournament is always guard play. And you look at, Wisconsin has really good guards this year. And Ohio State's backcourt of Bruce Thornton and John Mobley Jr. can cause some teams problems. And if they can hit shots like they were in timely shots like they were against Purdue, then they could be a team to knock off a higher ranked team. Now, they have some work to do to get in. They're currently at 18-11. They're sitting at the 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament right now with 2 more games left to play. But they are very winnable games. One is against Penn State, who's 12-17 overall and 3-15 in the Big Ten. And then the other one is at home against Indiana, who is 17-12 and has an 8-10 record in the Big Ten. So 2 winnable games. We will see what they're able to do coming up. Now, ranked teams to keep your eye on. We will go back to our rankings.
Duke.
Obviously, Duke. I think that Duke is going to find their way into the national championship. I just think they are that good of a team this year. Their depth is insane. I mean, 27-2 record. They're going to be a fun team to watch in the tournament. I hate to say it, but Michigan, they have size, they have good guard play, and they have depth. Their size is going to cause a lot of problems for some teams, and I think that depending on their bracket, you could see them just cruise to the Final Four. Michigan State.
Is going to be a 1 seed in one of the regions?
Who?
Michigan.
Yeah, they'll be a 1 seed unless they completely fall apart here at the end and lose a couple games. I think they'll be a 1 seed. Bobby, Michigan State. Every year, you can't count out Michigan State. You can't count out Tom Izzo. I don't think this is one of their better teams, but I do believe that this is a team that can go on a run. They can get hot. Their 3-point shooting is good. They've got size. They've got some depth. they could make things really, really interesting going into the tournament as probably a 3, maybe a 2 seed. I think that Kansas can go on a run. They're kind of a one-man team, but if Darren Peterson plays, then keep an eye on them to go on a run. There's just no way to work around that.
Mm-hmm.
They are gonna make a run if Peterson's on the floor.
Yeah, I agree.
St. Mary's, I mean, they are currently 27-4.
They've been playing some good basketball too.
1 game back overall record on Gonzaga, and Gonzaga's 28-3. I always love seeing St. Mary's in the tournament because they usually can cause some chaos.
Right. Yeah.
I definitely think they're a team to keep an eye on for the tournament. They get the right draw. I could see them making it to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, our pretenders right now. I have to say Gonzaga. I do not think that Gonzaga is as good of a team. You guys have heard me say it all year long. I just don't know about Gonzaga.
Didn't you say they've had a lot of close games that shouldn't have been close?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah. I don't think that Gonzaga is a team I can put a lot of faith in coming down the stretch. I just don't.
Yeah.
Another team is Purdue. I can't give Purdue too much of my attention with this. I don't think they are that good. I have said all year long, so is my dad, which you guys know my dad's sports brain. Like,
it's a big brain human.
Yeah. We have not understood the hype that is around Purdue all year long. Braden Smith is overrated. He is not that good. I'm sorry, he's not. I watched him live, not impressed whatsoever.
You were saying that yesterday in the was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. In the group chat. I was like the second thing you said was not impressed at all. Don't understand the hype.
Yeah. I don't understand the hype around him. He's a small guard. He never really seemed to create his own shot.
Mm.
That won't play well if he wants to move to the NBA.
Yeah.
And be in the NBA long term.
Yeah. I mean, and not only is he small height-wise, but he is small mass-wise as well.
Right.
There's not much meat on the bones when it comes to Braden Smith.
Yeah. He's got some growing up to do.
Some lifting, 100% to do. But I was not impressed with them, you know, and I've talked about it with my dad a lot after these games. You know, we've had a chance to see a lot of different teams and see a lot of the guys that people are like, oh, he's going to be so good. He's their guy. We don't get it. We have not understood it at all with some of these teams. I definitely think the best player that we have seen is, I believe he's the 3 or 4 for UCLA this year. I mean, obviously we've seen Zach Edey. He is what he is. You know, he plays around the basket. That's what Zach Edey does. I think overall the best team that we have seen in the 4 years that we've been doing season tickets, that includes 1 year of partial, is this Michigan team this year. They are head and shoulders the best team that we have seen play in Columbus in 4 years of going and doing season tickets. You guys know how much it pains me to give them any sort of credit.
You saying their name as many times as you have tonight has, I mean, I don't know about you, Bobby, but I'm shocked. The amount of times he has said the name is
I
insanity.
thought the hate for football, I didn't realize it was as deep in basketball.
I think it's just this deep entirely.
Well, when you had Ohio State and Michigan as two of the top teams in the country, you know, when we had like Evan Turner, Greg Oden, you know, even when we had Aaron Kraft, like the rivalry is alive in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Aaron Kraft was a dog.
Right.
I miss Aaron Kraft.
I loved Aaron Kraft.
But, you know, the rivalry was alive and well when both teams were good. There still is the rivalry. You know, when we went in for that game, they had the M's crossed out on the arena. So it's not just a football rivalry. You know, it's not the best college basketball rivalry like you would say, you know, it possibly is in college football.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong, the Army-Navy rivalry, the Auburn-Alabama rivalry, you know.
Yeah.
West
The
Virginia
Ohio
is up
State
there.
Michigan rivalry isn't Duke North Carolina in basketball. Just like
I
Duke
think
North
the
Carolina.
Army-Navy rivalry is more respectful, though.
It is. There's a lot of hate in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more respect because those are the men you're going to go into battle with.
Right.
In Army-Navy. But
you still can talk shit if you beat them, though.
Yeah. Yep, you can.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
the
hey,
case for
remember
everybody.
when my team kicked your ass?
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing that happens, I'm sure.
But no, that was a big time rivalry in, you know, the 2010s in college basketball. It was a must see college basketball rivalry, Bobby.
Yeah.
Now, Ohio State controlled it for a while. That has kind of shifted, but another team that I am not 100% sold on yet is North Carolina. You know, I've had my times where I look at them and I go, all right, maybe they can make a run. But having watched them lately, I just don't know. I don't have full confidence in them.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the ACC to me comes down to Duke and Virginia. It really does, in my opinion. I think those are the two best teams in the ACC, and I think that's what it's going to come down to in the ACC tournament.
Right.
North Carolina can get hot out of nowhere, though. We've seen it before.
It has happened.
Can. They've done it before. Them and Michigan State, I believe, have both done it as 11 seeds in recent history.
Like, what? I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but watch North Carolina beat Duke Saturday and then just steamroll through the ACC tournament.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, like if it happens,
honestly could happen, and I think a lot of people wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But I do not believe that, you know, North Carolina is quite at that level I'm ready to put faith in them yet. Let's see. Is there anybody else that I think is a fraud? Nebraska. I get it. They got off to a hot start, but here lately, right? They beat Michigan State on the road or at home. You know, that was a big win. But here's their schedule since that Michigan State game. They won in Columbus. Ohio State's 10-8 in the Big Ten. They won at Indiana. Indiana's 8-10 in the Big Ten. They beat Oregon at home. Oh shit, we scored again. Kirill Marchenko, sweet. They beat Oregon at home. Oregon is 4-14 in the Big Ten. They beat Northwestern. Northwestern's 5-13 in the Big Ten. They beat Washington. Washington's 6-12. Then Minnesota, they're 7-11. They lost to Michigan and Illinois. They beat Rutgers. Rutgers is 5-13 in the Big Ten. Lost to Purdue. Beat Northwestern again. Lost to Iowa, who's 10-8 in the Big Ten. Beat Penn State, who's 3-15. Beat Maryland, who's 4-14, and beat USC, who's 7-11. So they have not beat a team with a winning record in the Big Ten since they beat Ohio State on January 5th. I mean, you can't blame them for the schedule. Like, they can't do anything about playing the bottom part of the league all in this one stretch. But
they're going to anyway when it comes down to
blowouts.
Yeah.
You know, they lost to Michigan by 3. Okay, they played them close. You know, their closest game on a team outside of ranked teams in Iowa was the Ohio State game at a 3-point game. They beat Indiana by 6. They beat Oregon by 35. They beat Northwestern by 19, Washington by 10, Minnesota by 21, Rutgers by 12, Northwestern by 19, Penn State by 23, Maryland by 13, and USC by 15. So you've lost to the teams that you need to beat in the Big Ten here of late.
Yep.
And I get it, they're 25-4, but in all reality, lately, what have you shown me? You can beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Congratulations. That's what you're supposed to fucking do.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do. Their last 2 games, they play UCLA and Iowa, both with winning records. UCLA on the road and Iowa at home. Those are going to be tough games. If they drop to 25-6 and lose these last 2, look for them to lose the first game that they play in the Big Ten tournament.
Because that won't be at home. You got to win
in
ugly.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. You got to win on the road.
You say you're not going to match up with Indiana or Ohio State or Purdue, who really don't have that far to travel to get to that arena in Indy.
Right, and those fans travel well. Especially Ohio State, who has a chance of making a run at this fucking thing after they just beat Purdue. Like,
think about it. It's in Chicago this year.
Oh.
My apologies.
They'll
But
still travel well.
Northwestern fans, you're going to have Purdue fans, Indiana fans, Ohio State fans will still travel. They're all over the fucking place.
They're everywhere.
I mean, look at the year they played in the Rose Bowl against Oregon. Everybody thought Oregon would have more fans.
Nope.
But Ohio State dominated those stands. You could see it was red and green.
Yep. Like, whew. They're every fucking where, dude.
So let's go through right now. I want to do one more thing.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to tell you my contenders and pretenders because I got a few. They're not a lot. They're just a few.
Top 5 conferences. So Big 10, Big 12, ACC, SEC, and Big East.
I'd put the SEC at the bottom.
I want us to predict the conference tournament winners from each of those conferences.
Ooh.
So we will start with the ACC. I mean, do any of us pick anybody other than Duke?
Kinda. I almost.
I think Virginia gives them a game. I think Virginia gives them a run at this thing, but I think Duke takes the ACC.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
I don't think there's any team in the conference at that level of Duke.
Like, I think this happened last year with the SEC. Where, did Auburn win the SEC last year? I can't remember. They might have. But it was like, I think 2 teams who were favored over Auburn. I forget. But, like, I feel like their sights are so set on a national championship and I think that can, there are going to be teams in this that need this bad, right? Like if they're on the bubble and they need a conference win or at least a good showing in the conference tournament to make it in. That kind of thing is very motivational for a team and inspiring for a team to out there and play their best brand of basketball. We see it all the time. Yeah, obviously the odds-on favorite are Duke, but I wouldn't be surprised if North Carolina or Virginia make a run. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I don't see anybody at the level of Duke. I think Duke runs through it. I really don't see anybody else coming through and giving them too much of a headache. I think that if any team is going to give them a headache, it's going to be Virginia. Bobby, what are your thoughts here?
Duke.
I think they're the no-brainer pick. Okay, let's move on to the Big East. Big East. I mean, UConn is there. They're the team to beat right now. But I do not think that they win the Big East tournament. My opinion, I have Villanova coming out on top in the Big East.
I am in agreement with that, sir. I thought you were going to say St. John's, and I was about to be like, well, they just got their butts handed to them last week by UConn, so, and they're probably going to have to run through them again, so no, that won't happen.
No, I think Villanova is back to a level that we're sort of used to seeing them at.
They're figuring it out.
I don't think we're fully back, but it is definitely a team that's going to make some noise.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, God. I may have just shit my pants. Bobby, who's your pick for the Big East?
Huskies.
You're riding with UConn, eh?
Yeah, and the spirit is Kemba Walker.
Cardiac Kemba.
Yep.
Can you believe that was so long ago now? It's crazy how
Right.
long ago that was.
You say Cardiac Kemba and kids look at you like, who?
Like, who is that?
Pitt was in the Big East.
What?
All right, Big 12. I mean, I think this is going to be one of the tighter conferences when it comes to the tournament. I really do.
I think I really realistically think that the top four all could have a shot to win it.
Really, the top five. You look at the Big 12 right now. They've got number 2 Arizona, number 7 Houston, 10 Texas Tech, 6 Iowa State, and 14 Kansas. Like, their lowest ranked team that in that top 5 is fucking 14.
I will say, though, Arizona beat the brakes off of Kansas over the weekend. And they really, because for those who don't remember, Kansas beat Arizona earlier in the season. They got their get back. And they got their get back hard.
I have kind of a surprise pick in this one. I'm taking Iowa State.
Okay.
I like the way that Iowa State has looked. They've lost some games. Yeah. They're haven't been considered in that top echelon right now.
Right.
But I feel like they are the team, to me, best poised to make a run at this thing.
When they play Arizona, that'll show me whether or not I have faith in them going through the conference. They'll be in the tournament regardless. It's a good team, obviously. Look at where they're ranked, but I think it's going to be Houston. I think it's going to come down to Houston and Arizona, and I think Houston will win a tight one.
Bobby, who you got in the Big East or the Big 12?
That's who I'm going to go with.
Who?
Houston.
Okay.
Now, I will
Houston
say,
does play the defense. Houston plays very good defense, and
Right.
they do play defense well enough to win the Big 12.
they have been struggling, though, these last few.
They have been as of late. But
The last
it's
couple
a
weeks
team
have not
that
been
we've
great.
seen turn it around.
But if there's a coach that I think can bring the team together, it's Houston's head coach. He's a good fucking coach.
Calvin Sampson.
Yes, he's a good fucking head coach. So, I'm not taking my chips off the table for them yet, but the last couple weeks have been a little bit like, whoa, hey, you know, pump the brakes on it a bit. But I think they can pull off a nice conference championship.
All right. Big Ten. This is the tough one. Because I feel like the Big Ten is the toughest conference in college basketball right now. I got Michigan State winning the tournament.
I'm right there with you.
I think that their size and shooting, I think Michigan is good, but I think Michigan State is going to come out ready to go for this tournament and go on a big-time run.
And here's my thing. And this, I have them as a contender. Obviously, if you don't, you don't watch college basketball probably, but it's a tournament-style team. Tom Izzo builds tournament-style teams. Disciplined, good rebounding, defend without fouling. It's how you win tournaments. Yes, you need the big shots and all that stuff, but how you don't put yourself in those situations, you defend without fouling. They don't foul a lot. I believe they're league leader in fewest fouls allowed, I guess, is the stat. They rebound better than most teams do, and they have the size to do it. They don't turn the ball over a lot, so they don't give possessions away, and they force teams to play their style. The only times they really get in trouble is when teams are efficiently shooting the basketball, playing their style, and they just have an off night, not shooting the basketball. We saw it against Michigan. Michigan was shooting the lights out of the basketball, and they were playing good defense. They were just better on that night. Like, you have to beat them because they are not going to beat themselves, if that makes sense to anybody watching. You have to play your A game, and you have to beat them yourself. You have to be efficient. You have to play good defense. You have to take care of the basketball. You have to control clock. If you do any of those things wrong or not well enough, Michigan State will beat you. That head coach will outcoach your coach, and it will not be fun for you. Promise. I've watched the Michigan State game, and it was like, wow, yeah, that's tough to deal with. They're just a tough team to deal with in a tournament game, in a tournament style play, because they're just built for it.
Bobby, are you along the same mindset?
Yep.
All right. SEC.
Fuck if I know at this point. Like,
right now I think it's Florida's conference to lose.
It's either that or it's going to be Alabama, because they'll just get hot shooting the basketball and they'll come back from 12 because all they do is just chuck up threes, and they just, one night they're all going in, the next night they're not. Like, you just don't know. It's the most confusing conference in sports right now, is the Southeastern Conference, because you just don't know.
I've got Florida.
Yeah, Florida or Alabama.
I honestly think it's going to be Florida. With the way that they've played, I think that they are going to come out ready to go for the tournament. Bobby, who do you got?
Florida, I think that's kind of to me, they seem like they're in the most control. From what we saw last year, was a strong SEC to this year.
Yeah.
Or last year they had the most teams in the tournament, I think. Wasn't it ever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This year we'll be lucky to get 5. If I'm being totally honest. If we have 5 SEC teams in the tournament this year, I will be shocked. I will be shocked.
I just don't think the SEC has the talent this year.
Nope. It is night and day different.
The Big Ten has taken back over.
Oh yeah. Like I said, out of all the conferences, the big conferences, the SEC is at the bottom and the gap is not close. And it sucks because when you look at the SEC standings wise, you're like, well, there's no real clear favorite, and the only reason we're saying Florida is because they're the reigning champions. They're the reigning national champions, and they're the only team that looks somewhat like they're supposed to. All the other teams, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to get on any given day. Like, who knows? Who fucking knows? All right, can I do my contenders and pretenders real fast, and then we'll let these fine people go?
Yeah.
All right, so my contenders are a lot like yours. I've already talked about Michigan State. Duke is the clear favorite. They check all the boxes. I mean, high-level defense, scoring options everywhere, depth. I mean, they can run 12 deep and have a great chance of winning basketball. I mean, they have their balance. I mean, they have their stars, Jason. They have their superstars. You know who they are. But you're also not necessarily relying on them to be on every single night. Right? Like, that, I think, is a very underrated thing. It's nice to have your stars. Like, you talk about Kansas with Peterson. If he's not on, though, what is Kansas? Right? Duke, I don't think, has that problem with Boozer. If he's not on, the guys behind him will cover for him and will take off and go for it. I think that puts them at another level that I don't think there's maybe 2 or 3 teams that can answer the call of playing at Duke. I think the only question, Jason, is experience. This is a young team. This is a team that hasn't been in late runs before, right? Because we are in this era of one and dones. In the transfer portal, you're getting a lot of guys coming in from other programs that haven't necessarily been on deep runs in a March Madness situation. So that experience of that level of adrenaline and focus and Final Four, like they don't have that this year. So that's the only question that I raise with a Duke title run. But for me, is anyone stopping them other than maybe Michigan State, maybe Arizona? I don't think so. I don't. Speaking of Arizona, I mean, it's a good team with great culture. I think they have a phenomenal culture there. They space the floor really well and are, I mean, deadly in transition. Deadly. Consistency has been the question. We have seen it. Jason, you've seen it. Their consistency isn't always been there. But I think for them, it's controlling the boards, hitting shots, not turning the ball over, and they'll be fine. Now, if they don't do those things, they can't control the boards, and they're turning the ball over, and they're not hitting key shots, you could see them be out in the Sweet 16. You could see them with an early exit. Obviously, Final Four, National Championship is the ceiling. Anything less than a Sweet 16 is kind of a failure for them. You had them as potential pretenders. I have them as potential contenders. North Carolina Tar Heels. This team is they probably play the fastest other than Alabama in the league, if I had to say, from what I've watched. Burst scoring. Now, the only problem with burst scoring is you go ice cold, and could go ice cold for a while. We saw it against NC State, right? They only put up 58. Come on now, like you can't be doing that. Stability and consistency on defense is a question. And Jason, I think the biggest reason why analysts and experts and voters and whoever have questions about North Carolina is because they haven't really won ugly this year, right? They haven't shown up without their best stuff and found a way to win a basketball game. That's going to happen in March. When you get into conference play, into tournament play, there's going to be a night or multiple nights where you don't show up with your A stuff. It's basketball. You're not always the shots you're normally hitting sometimes just don't go down, right? Like, so you need to find a way to win those games. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they don't have enough of those games in their pocket to have, analysts like yourself, journalists like yourself to go and be like, yeah, I think North Carolina can make a run. If they show up with their A stuff, yeah, I put them up next to any team. But this is March. 6 games with your A stuff. How often does that happen, Jason? I don't think it does. Like, you're asking a lot of a North Carolina team to go out there and put on their S tier basketball and go out there and make it happen. That's a lot to ask. 6 games. It's a lot to be on. The Pretenders. Bobby, I think you'll like this. The entirety of the SEC and Purdue. The entirety of the SEC conference and Purdue. Alabama has elite high-pressure scoring, which is great. Tournament pace has always been their weakness. And when the scoring isn't there, we're talking 12 to 15-point swings. And tournament pace slows down. You're not going to be able to run like this, like they do. It's just not going to happen. Teams will slow you down, and they will halt your scoring. Can they win a 60 to 61 point game? No, I don't think so. Kentucky, length, speed, and shot creation. Chemistry and experience have been their problems this year. Lack of consistency on defense, lack of consistency on offense, knowing your roles, knowing defenses, knowing rotations. That's a big part of the basketball world. If you don't know that, you're not going to win. Tennessee is built on defense. Late game heroics has been their weakness this year, if I do say so myself. For them to make a run, someone has to step up. And I haven't seen anybody step up consistently this year. I see a lot of, are you going to step up? Are you going to step up? Nope. Okay, great. All right, then we're just going to lose this basketball game. Florida, always solid guard play. Capable bigs, great in transition. Consistency across 40 minutes has been their issue this year. It's why I don't think they're going to go very far in the tournament. When things unravel for them, they unravel big time. It's why I got upset that we got our ass kicked twice, because things were unraveling for them and we couldn't take advantage. Texas A&M, aggressive on the boards, big physical team, know how to win ugly, things you need to have in March. Weakness, though, are teams that are efficient. So when they step in and they face a Michigan, or they face a Duke, or a hot shooting Alabama, or a hot shooting North Carolina, or a hot Ohio State team, or a Purdue, or any of these other teams in Arizona, Houston, they're screwed. They're not going to, they can't keep up with efficiency. If things are clean for them, they're fucked, which is weird because it should go the other way. But they need physical, sloppy play. They need things to kind of get a little chaotic on the court for them to succeed. And if that doesn't happen, they're screwed. They're absolutely screwed. Arkansas, great recruiting year, but have zero identity as a team. That is, like the tournament requires clear roles, trust in late game lineups, and defensive cohesion. Clear roles. You need to know who you're defending. You need to know who you are. That guy needs to know he's the guy. That guy needs to know he's there to defend the glass. I can't have the guy who's supposed to be my guy who's defending the glass and taking care of the boards and getting rebounds and things of that nature, trying to take the last minute fadeaway shot. We can't have that. trust in late game lineups. The coach can't be trying shit in March. If you don't have a clear
He's not
lineup,
going to. Do you know who their coach is?
yeah, I know. He's a stud. He's an absolute baller. And then defensive cohesion. A lot of new faces on Arkansas.
What's his name?
What?
The coach's name.
That's the
I'm
wrong.
just giving you a little test here. What's Arkansas's coach's name?
Calipari? Is that how you say his last name?
John Calipari.
Yeah, okay. So I did say his last name right. There you go. Yes. Yeah, he's been.
Kentucky. That's how far behind I am.
I believe he did once upon a time, but yeah, no, he's a stud. Yeah.
He was at
I remember.
Kentucky. That's where his big runs came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John Calipari.
And that's why Arkansas is doing as well as they are, because they're phenomenally coached. Georgia's in the conversation. I mean, they're just outclassed, I think. Depth and consistency is, I mean, they're giant red flags. They don't have the depth. Sunil goes off. I mean, they need rebounding from more than one guy. They need defense from more than one guy. I mean, to make a serious run, you have to have layered scoring and versatility on defense, and they don't have it. And the elite rebounding is coming from one guy, and they just don't have it. This has been a great run for them. Excited that, hey, 21 season, here we go. Awesome. Pumping the fist, right? But if they do make the tournament, if they make it past the first round, I'll be shocked. The round of 64, I'll be shocked. I'd rather go to the NIT and compete over multiple days instead of just making a trip for a one-game ass kicking like we did a year ago. Like, there's no point. I mean, Vanderbilt is right there too. They're ranked. They have great guard play, and they're great at creating on offense. I think just the defense and physicality are the red flags here. They get in foul trouble, struggle to control the boards. If you can't really do that, Jason, I don't think you can make it out of the first round. Or if you do, you won't make it out of the second for sure. And then you explained Purdue, so I don't need to go into it with Purdue. I think we've all kind of had our eyebrows raised at Purdue this year. But who goes the furthest out of the SEC, Jason? Florida. I think
Florida's better built for the tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, they have some guys that were on that team a year ago that were a big part of that team, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Who wins it all, Jason?
Right now, Duke.
I think we're all on the same page there, right, Bobby? All right. Well, we're gone if that's all that my man Jason has for us today. Thank you guys for watching. Go enjoy the rest of your day. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We love bringing content, especially college basketball content, to you guys. So we will be back next week for more. I think we'll be in conference play at that point, right? Getting ready for the tournament? Or is that a couple weeks away? 1 or 2 weeks away from tournament play?
We're like a week away.
Week
we have
away?
some tournaments starting this week.
Okay, so we got some tournaments coming up this week, so we'll be doing some tournament talk there. Yeah, we'll kind of know who's going to be in, who's going to be out. So, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. If you haven't watched last week's basketball conversation, go and watch it because there's a lot of upsets, and we got really excited about it. And we'll be back next week, hopefully, to talk more upsets. Like I said, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.